So shall we start our speaking test?
Yes, sir, sure.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Yes. Let's start with your full name.
My name is Azam Abu Bakr. Everyone calls me Azam. So can you call me Azam as well?
All right. What do you do?
I work as a senior course administrator in an educational institution named Eton Business School, which is a sister concern of Westward Education Group.
All right. Okay. Where do you live?
Currently, I live in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I live with my parents.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about your free time. Okay. How do you spend your free time?
It's a very good question, I must say, because there are many ways in one can spend their free time. I prefer to spend my free time with my friends and family by spending time with them, just getting to know with them, and going out for a drive or chilling with them in the park, or maybe just sit at home and have casual talks like that.
All right. Okay. Well, why we need free time? What is the importance of free time in our daily lives?
If you ask, so I'd say that we are humans, we're not robots. So there's a necessity where our body requires rest, and our body, our mind needs to relax as well. So I say it's very, very important that a human or an individual have a free time, at least you know some hours a day, or maybe a day in a week.
That's fine. Now let's talk about concentration. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Is it difficult for you to stay focused for something?
So it depends on what am I focusing on, right? And it is scientifically proven that a human mind cannot focus on something for more than 22 minutes, if I'm correct. After that, it's very easily you get distracted by any
Okay,
source of
that's
disturbance.
fine. What do you do to help your concentration?
For me, if you ask me, I'd say that for me, music helps. Music helps me to focus on my objective, my aim. Like if I have to attend, or if I have a deadline to meet, and it's something related to computer that I have to do, I think music plays a very good role in for me
Exactly,
to
that's
meet
fine.
the deadline. Yeah.
But let's talk about wallets. Okay, do you use wallets?
Yes, I do use a wallet.
Have you ever lost your wallets?
So plenty of times.
Exactly. So have you ever sent a wallet to someone as a gift?
Yes, sir. Maybe, yeah, I did.
Okay. So do most people, do most of your friends use wallets?
Yes, around 95% of them uses wallet. Yeah.
Exactly. That's right. Thank you very much. Now let's move on to the second session, where you will be given a topic to speak for 2 minutes. All right. So 1 minute will be given to prepare, and after that you have to speak for 2 minutes. Is that okay?
Sure.
Well, so here is the topic, and your 1 minute starts now. Okay. So that topic is there in your. We can start right now.
Sure. So the elder person whom I admire is a very touching question, if I must say, because there are a few people who are elder to me, where I look up to them on a daily basis, and how their lives have impacted on my life, and how I have improved myself looking up to them and their doings. If you ask me who the person is, I'd say it is none other than my grandfather, my mom's father, who recently passed away last year. Um, he was such a young soul, very active, very socially active. Everyone was very fond of him when he's around. The energy, the positive energy that he used to carry around when he walks is something different, and it's something that I used to really look upon. And he was my local guardian when I had gone back to my hometown to do my bachelor's. So that 3 years helped me, get into a very good bond. And it's not that I didn't have a good connection with him, but this 3 years helped me build an even stronger connection with him, where we were very similar. There were instances where, without even know what we meant, and we would smile and just walk away. There were situations like that. And there were other situations where initially I was a short tempered person. So was my grandfather. So there were times where we used to have conversations and get arguments, and, we tend to not agree upon what each other say. So what happens was, once he just got angry and just went away, and then after some time, when I felt bad, he felt bad, he came back to me and he was like, next time when we get angry, what we can do is either we stop the conversation there to avoid, such the negativity, right? Or we get to an understanding, or we just walk up and then just move away from the room to clear the air.
All right, that's fine. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. Well, now let's have a discussions based on your presentation. Is that okay?
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah, sure.
right. What can young and old people learn from each other?
What can young and old people? So there are a lot of things that each other can learn. Is that if you take old people, they are very culturally or traditionally driven. They live upon the traditions and the cultures they've been taught up to, right? And young people are way more or much more modern than how they live. So there are, you can say the communications, the interactions that young people have might not be the same as what the old people does, or they might be even more shy to get into the crowd to
All
have a
right.
conversation.
That's fine. Do you think old people's life quality has improved when compared to the past?
So that totally depends on how modern the old people is. Say if you're checking the health wise, the people, old people who have lived their life without the mobile phones and the internets are much more healthier, and they have a longer lifespan, touch wood, right? But there are people who are now getting into the Gen Z, or the old people who's getting into the activities of WhatsApp, video calling, because all of their children and the grandchildren are tend to be in different parts of the world, so they get in touch. That's the only way I feel that they can get in touch with their children and
Okay.
grandchildren.
All right. Why there is a generation gap between young and old?
The generation gap, I must say, like I mentioned earlier, it should be because of the cultural and the traditional traits, or culturally or traditionally driven people, where, for example, they what we believe that this way this has to happen, it's not the same way the old people believe. They believe that no, this is not the way that has to be done. This has to be done in so and so way that you can get it easily done. So their perspective or their thoughts of achieving something is different from the young, what they have.
All right, that's fine. What do you think about the common concerns and problems nowadays older people are suffering from?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about this question, sir. But I would say that the what we see through the social media and the news is that the old people or the old parents are not being taken care of by their children, or they're not given much attention as they're required to have. They are being put on into the old homes, which is very inappropriate, because if you ask me, they have lived almost all their life giving whatever they can to bring up their children, and this is not what they expect from their children.
All right, that's all. Thank you very much indeed for your time. That is the end of your speaking. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Have a
very
nice
much
day.
for your time. Bye. Yeah. All right, Azam, you have done it well, and you have spoken very well. Okay, when it comes to your pronunciations and your vocabs and your grammatical structure, everything is really promising. So I would say that your band score is like an oscillation of 7.5 to 8 band score. Okay, so if you have planned to take your IELTS exam, it is always advisable to focus on your speaking, especially if you need speaking score like 6.5 plus band score. Or if you want to get 7 plus band score, it is always highly advisable to focus on your systematic practice, and you need rigorous practice on your speaking, right? And remember, as you know, we have warm-up, cue card and discussions. Cue card and discussions, these are the two areas your high score will be always observed. And also it is advisable, until you are interrupted, you can continue speaking. Even if it is in the warm-up or discussion part, you can continue until you are interrupted. Sometimes in the discussions you may be interrupted frequently. That is not a problem. Okay, so you have to answer to the question. Remember, it's the communications, not just like we are just giving the answer, they're asking the question. It's not just to answer the questions. All right, so it is not just answering and question sessions. It's all about the communication. So your fluency, your pronunciation, your organized way of speaking, and your grammatical range and accuracy, of course the vocabs. Okay, and try to use better vocabs and try to use better grammatical structure. So try to listen how others are speaking. That's the best way to improve your speaking. And you need to improve your grammar, you need to improve your pronunciation, so you have to listen carefully how others are speaking. That is the best way to develop your English language. All right, so thank you very much indeed for your time. Have a great day, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.